Welcome to another episode of The Adult Potato. I'm Spencer Lucktuck, and Fiona Taylor has the night off. Let's get to it. A trustee's family member is under scrutiny for using and distributing an addictive substance, and it's not who you think it is. According to a Facebook post, Trustee Daly's daughter is currently selling Girl Scout cookies online. Unsuspecting residents are in danger of weight gain, binge eating, and family squabbles over the substance, which is available in a variety of flavors. The seemingly innocent child claims that the proceeds go to a charitable organization, but we all know that pretty much anyone can get a 501c3 these days. Locals should keep an eye out for in-person deliveries from the minor on or around February 5th. An issue that has consumed a lot of screen space in social media recently is the cost in eggs and possibly having to paint potatoes for Easter. While we are 100% behind the idea of painting potatoes for Easter, we are even more behind supporting the local farmers that employ lots of chickens to manufacture eggs and could use your purchases to pay those chickens. A quick search on either Wellington Community Conversations or Let's Talk Wellington will keep you connected to the people with the goods. Be careful, though. Don't leave them in the car. You may end up getting a window broken out to get to those eggs. One of the most popular complaints on any town-related Facebook page is that of internet speed or reliability. Residents do their best to guide others on the benefits of purchasing their own routers for which part of town can get which service. The providers in the area, they just are not to snuff, and the trustees just don't seem to care. According to an article in North 40 News, 3 of the 5 fastest ISPs in the nation are in Colorado. These 3 are Longmont's NextLight, Greeley's Allo Communication, and Fort Collins's Connexion. So, 3 of the 5 fastest ISPs in the nation are in northern Colorado, one of which is in a city that borders our hometown. The periodical also noted that River County, our county, approved several $1 million in funding in a regional partnership with Loveland's Pulse and Fort Collins's Connexion to provide fiber internet to the small town of Drake, with a population reported in 2010 to be just over 1,000 people. Oh, and get this. It's also providing high-speed fiber internet to Loveland's Lago Vista Mobile Home Park. A freaking mobile home park has better internet than any house in any subdivision in Wellington. Apparently, Loveland City Council has a much better working relationship with River County than Wellington's Board of Trustees. Of course, they may not be wasting as much money on petitions and Cora reports as Wellington. And finally, we are back to uncovering some cover-ups at the town when it comes to marijuana dispensary licenses. Yes. We have spent a lot of time talking about this, but last week, and this is terribly interesting. Last week's work session for the Board of Trustees began with over an hour of discussion about the recommended changes to the marijuana ordinance, and it was quite revealing. The topic is on the agenda again for Tuesday night's meeting for a vote to adopt the changes. So, if you have something to say about this, now's the time. During last week's meeting, a map was provided showing the possible locations that would not need any variances to open a dispensary. And the total number of locations for that? 1. There was 1 space in the entire town that would not require a variance to open a pot shop. And that location? That blue red shack off I-25 that was recently annexed into the town. Honestly, I thought that place had been condemned years ago. But the story thickens. Information was withheld by the town attorney and the planning director about one of their licenses that was not accepted. The wording is important because if it had been declined, an appeal could have been brought. But since it wasn't, that opportunity doesn't exist. Yet those that are moving into that little red shark, They were able to get that property annexed into the town and the proper zoning to become a dispensary. How did they do that, you ask? Oh, they literally bought out and closed the existing daycare that was in the setback so that they could get the license. And now that the license has been approved, well, the daycare can open back up. Seriously, this actually happened, and nobody thinks this is sketchy? Look, we're not looking for a ton of dispensaries to open in Wellington. But go wonder if they did anyway, because there's just not enough business. And besides that, street prices, well, they're lower than what you get at a dispensary anyway. But the system needs to be fair. I'm playing favorites and I'm claiming innocence because there wasn't a process in place is just disingenuous. Some trustees are hiding behind the claim of this. This is what the voters wanted, and it's sticking at the place like a skunk. That's the animal, not the weed. This is what our town is becoming. This pisses you off, even just a little. Come to the meeting Tuesday night at 6:30 at the Leaper Center. And let the board know. If you can't make it, put your Karen hat on and send in a strongly worded email before 4 p.m. on Tuesday to Garcia P.A. at wellingtoncolorado.gov. And ask Town Administrator Garcia to please pass it along to the board. We need to hold our elected officials to a higher standard. And that's today's episode. As always, thanks for watching. Oh, and lock your doors.